Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Dark Souls. Surprise, surprise, we are playing this game again. Today I'm kicking off the ultimate Cleric guide. I'm gonna have to get used to saying that because I'm like so kind of accustomed to saying Pyromancy guide that I'm probably gonna make the mistake a few times. Anyways, we are kicking off the final of the ultimate guides. For now, I don't know if I'm gonna do more. Some people have asked for the hunter guide and all that. I don't know if I'll do those, but for now we are going to be kicking off this cleric character. So yeah, do excuse my voice if it's a little weird sounding. I have kind of a cold. Not even a cold, it's not like a nose thing, it's a throat thing, which I think like 2 days ago I was blasting my AC a little bit too much. Probably during when I was streaming and I was talking a lot and all that. And yeah, it's just kind of scratchy. Maybe I'll cough a bit. You know, the usual, but I think we'll get through it. So, this is the ultimate cleric guide. If you are only watching this, you haven't watched the other two. Concept is simple. I'm gonna be picking up every item, spell and weapon that relates to clerics or is in any way faith-based. Now luckily the cleric stuff is a lot more interesting than the pyromancy stuff. There's actually weapons, shields, rings, and even like some equipment, I think that, you know, kind of matches the theme instead of it just being purely spells. And why the fuck is my... okay, there we go. That was weird. My little, not D-pad, but a touchpad wasn't working. Okay, it works now. Just needed to like readjust it. So yeah, again, this one is gonna be a little bit more interesting and involved, I think, than the pyro. Honestly, I noticed this the last time I did this as well, back in vanilla Dark Souls. Pyro is probably the least interesting of these characters to play. The cleric, I do like the cleric. I was just thinking before starting how weird it is that, if you don't know, my very first Dark Souls character was a cleric, because basically, I looked at all the characters as I was like, what, you get 5 extra heals? Fuck yeah, that's what we're going for. And it actually turned out to be pretty good in the end, even though, you know, of course, your first build is likely to be a fucking mess, and mine was. It still kind of made me have a soft spot for the cleric, and weirdly, I was also sick when I did that very first playthrough, if I remember correctly. So, you know, I guess, you know, time is a flat circle, as they say in True Detectives. Man, it's such a good show. With probably the shittiest second season. I think, at this point, kind of the biggest difference between quality in Season 1 and Season 2, kind of the record has been beaten at this point by 13 Reasons Why, even though the first season of 13 Reasons Why wasn't that good either. At least it was well made. The second season was just shitty all around. And you know, when you think about it, True Detective Season 2 was just kind of... I feel like people only kind of hated it after Season 1. Shit, okay, let's... The inventory management on the fly is not my strong suit. But yeah, you know, like... I would say that True Detective Season 1 is one of the best pieces of television out there. It's like seriously, seriously good. And, you know, the thing is, Season 2 is just okay, I would say. Still some good moments. I don't know why I'm talking about this for so long. Bam. So anyways, the cleric. First of all, look at that sick Gucci bag on his side. It's not a purse, it's a satchel, you know. But for a bonus, you get this nice East and West shield. Looks kind of beat down, but sick pattern on it. You also get a mace, which is a hammer type weapon. The thing about the hammer type weapons is they have this long kind of wind up when you miss with them. And you also get heal, which sort of does what the name implies. That fool went flying, did you see that? So, of course, the thing about the cleric is support spells. Really, there's only a couple of actually like offensive spells available to Faith builds. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some good offensive spells, especially whatchamacallit, Wrath of the Gods. But really, this class kind of Faith focuses more on support, as in healing, protecting yourself, you know, the usual kind of what you expect from a cleric. And not gonna say it's not a fun character to play, because you have a lot of longevity and kind of survivability and all the other abilities you can think of you have. Man, that is a nice ass Gucci bag. Look at it. I always loved my favorite part about this cutscene is how nonchalant your character is when the crow is approaching. Okay, shut the fuck up. So anyways, we're gonna get started here. Luckily, like, face stuff is... Okay, cough number one. Face stuff is available pretty early. Because you can talk to Petrus, his name is, I think. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. Yeah, Petrus. Cool. Nice talking to you. I'm gonna leave my stats unupgraded a little bit. I want to check something out. So yeah, this is the dude we need to talk to. Normally, well, actually I don't kill him early on because he's actually pretty tough early on, but a lot of times I kill this guy, and we'll need to kill him in this playthrough as well, just later. Look at that dead expression. Not on my character, but on him. Quite the haircut too. So you need to talk to him, I think 3 times, and he will... Telling you what, Petrus, I've never left. Sounds like a plan. Told you. We are already pretty much belonging to Christianity at this point. The Dark Souls equivalent of Christianity. Alright, get this gesture. I keep doing that. The problem is I move my controller. That's the thing. Alright. We are going to... yeah. So he has a couple of things. Expensive as fuck, most of it. And that's one of the things you'll learn early on. A lot of the miracles are pretty much on the expensive side. However, that's not gonna really bother us. We are going to be picking up something straight away. Probably one of the few of these like ultimate playthroughs where you can immediately start getting stuff in episode 1. Because in one of these nice little chests here, we have the normal talisman. So obviously the problem is the normal talisman is just straight up worse, but you can see that the faith requirement is a lot lower. So if you want to use miracles but you don't want to put in too many stats, that is your thing, the normal talisman. The problem is you're never going to see it because it's just a straight up downgrade. And we also picked up the Morning Star. Now whether you use the mace or the Morning Star is kind of up to you. Of course the Morning Star does bleed, the mace doesn't, but the mace does have more just straight up power. Neither of these weapons are especially good, I'll tell you that much, in the long term, you know. So the thing is, you might be wondering what weapon I'm gonna be using for this playthrough. Now this was kind of, a poll was ran, a little, well, kind of opinion survey was conducted in one of my streams, and people want to see spears, especially the Dragon Slayer spear. So as I always say, I'm happy to oblige people, and that's what we're gonna be getting. And until then, I'm gonna be using the Partisan. But someone suggested that I should also pick up the Sword of Astora because, well, first of all, we have to get it anyway because it is a faith weapon. And also, since I'm going for Dex anyways, we'll be able to, you know, upgrade it. Oh, by the way, character name also came up. I named my character Acer. Somebody suggested, I think the same guy suggested that I name the character Baldur. After like Bayonetta and all that, but I don't really like that name, honestly. But speaking of Bayonetta, I remembered that there's a character called Acer, which is a lot cooler of a name, and that's what we went for. So this might be a little bit of a risk. Apparently, according to the good folks, you can pick up both of these items and die. However, this is not a problem, and let me tell you why. Because it is actually very easy to get back here. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. At this point, you really don't want to lose 2,000 souls. But as our reward, we just got the Astora Straight Sword. Which I need 10 dex, which we'll be able to get. Faith weapon, of course, does have faith scaling. Again, in the long run, it's not something you ever want to go for because it doesn't do nearly enough damage. But early on, it's going to be extremely powerful. And the nice thing is it can take out the skeletons. So I'm also probably going to be going for the catacombs early. Just to save us a lot of hassle later on. Because actually, when you look at it, not a lot of the catacombs is locked off. So it's actually fairly easy to get like the high level stuff like Rhea and even access to White Titanite and all that early on. So, you know, that is exactly what we're going to be doing. Luckily, as you see, the game is nice enough to put your souls farther back. So you don't even have to make an effort here. Goddamn my voice. I don't know how I'll be able to speak for another shit over 15 minutes. I feel my voice going, and I did actually plan on making this episode a little bit longer. You know, this is episode 1. I thought of making it 40-45 minutes, but at this point I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, I mean, at this point there's a lot of sprinting because we gotta get back, and then we'll get going proper. And because of their cost, like I said, I'm not gonna be... Well, I could get the Firekeeper soul. You know what, fuck it, we have heal. We can wait with that. You really do not need to stress a lot of like healing. I'll just show off what heal is like. You know, nice new animation, although that's one that didn't really change too much. What I did notice from seeing other people use miracles and all that is that it became a lot easier to distinguish which miracle is which. Before, in the old game, you know, the non-remastered version, it all just kind of blurred together and it was very difficult to distinguish spells. So yeah. Gonna be upgrading the dex because spears do use dex. Okay, we have one more level. Damn, you do not get a lot, do you? I might as well go for the attunement. Now this weapon though, again, at the stage of the game we're in, this is a very powerful weapon. Mainly because anything that deals split damage is gonna absolutely wreck shit. See, even through the shield, how much it deals. As always, I'm gonna hop over and pick up the... what you call it? You know, let's kill these firebombing motherfuckers first. Well, there's only one, but you know. And of course, the advantage of Astora's straight sword is that you get the longsword moveset. This and the longsword have the exact same moveset. So, believe me, the longsword moveset is far superior to the mace. And this does look pretty nice, you know, it's a kind of like a fancy looking sword. Too bad, again, on the long run, or in the long run, it's just simply not worth using. If I remember correctly, this is a Twinkling Titanite weapon too, right? Yes, it is, because it's part of the Knight's Honor trophy. So get ready for a lot of one-shots here. What did you drop? Where are you? Did his corpse fall off? Whatever. Because I think they do have a tiny chance of dropping shards, which would be nice. Somebody died here. Seriously? Oh, they probably fell off. Okay. That one we can excuse. Dying to the rat? No way. Unless you're actually a noob, because then all is forgiven. Yeah, the thing about this shield is just don't. You know, that's what I would give as my recommendation. This is in this shitty shield category. So basically, the real way to use heal and any kind of healing miracle in this game is to use it after a battle. I mean, use your Estus in the heat of the moment for sure. However, when you're just on downtime, you know, save your Estus and use heal instead. You saw how much it refilled from my HP, so it is basically better in every way to an Estus, aside from the time it takes to apply it. It's kind of to be expected, you know. Makes sense. This time I'm not gonna use the wooden shield. I swear I used it on every character up until now. Split damage, boys. That's one of the best moves of any weapon, honestly. This as well, the stab has so much range on it. Alright, do we need anything from this fool? We will need the key, because the lingering... Yeah. Excuse me? Oh, I was like, what the hell? But then it makes sense. It makes sense. I'll buy this as well. So I was gonna say, the lingering Dragon Crest ring does work with miracles, so we'll be getting that for sure. Might as well make the little, you know, honorary circle around here as we always do. We'll see how far we get, because, yeah, this took a little more time than usual because of going for Astoras. But like I said, we actually got some new stuff, which normally doesn't happen in the first episode of these. It didn't happen for quite a while in the Pyromancy guide. Pick that up for I don't know what. I will have to check all the stats on the weapons that I'll be using, because I don't know them off the top of my head. But I think the Dragon Slayer is mostly dex based. Alright, we'll be able to get Taurus for sure. Especially since going through here is pretty much a breeze. But before we do that, let's not stay like this for too long. It's just not a pretty sight to look at. Fucking hell, man, I really do feel it in my throat. That I hate being sick. Like, I don't know about you, but I think being sick in the summer is the worst. Cause I don't know, not that being sick in the winter is any better, but there's something about Like, you feel extra shitty if you're sick in the summer. Because, you know, maybe during winter you accept it and expect it. But here's just like, man, what the fuck? Amplified by the extreme heat and humidity here, you know. So I feel it for sure. I swear, I don't even know what the temperature was when I got into my car today at work. You know, just like, especially since, you know, the office where I work at is inside a supermarket. So just imagine your car being in the sun in a supermarket, for example, in like a Walmart car park for 8 hours. Yeah. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, of course, people PvP here. There's a dragon too. What the what the hell was that? Did he just use it? That can't have been just his fist. Man, fuck. There was supposed to be like some sort of method in this game, right? To discourage griefing. Or like low level, you know, just shitting on people. But apparently that doesn't seem to be working. See me in Street Fighter 5, kid. That's what I'm gonna be saying from now on every time I get beat in PvP. The fucker. Not losing my souls, that's for sure. That would have been a Titanite shard that would have made up for the invasion. So what was I saying? So yeah, my car was fucking hot today. I swear. My car is black too, so it just like amplifies all the shit. At least at this point I've gotten smart enough to get one of those like reflective sun visor things you put in your, you put on your windshield when you're not in your car. Are you actually kidding me? This fucking, I swear I'm gonna throw this controller out the window. That was not, I had this shit held down. I swear this lets go for like half a second sometimes. Or even like a millisecond, and that causes, you know, that causes your character to jump. Because, you know, I get off it, yeah. It's okay, I'm not gonna lose my soul, it's just, you know, not exactly what I intended. So I've gotten one of those reflective sun visor things, and it's just made things a lot better. I mean, it's still the same heat, like kind of the same temperature in the car. It's just at least the dashboard and the steering wheel are not 5 million degrees. I swear, before I had it, sometimes I could probably cook an egg on my steering wheel if I wanted to, you know. Why do I don't even need to go up there, do I? No, fuck that. You know, cook some sunny side up on the dashboard. Okay, this is not a buffable weapon. I think none of these, like, special weapons, these count as sort of quote-unquote special weapons. None of them use, or none of them can be buffed. Man, that heals a lot. This is a decent catalyst. Like, when you think about it, this character does start out with quite a bit. Like the canvas talisman plus 5 heals, that can get you through a lot. Couldn't get me through that invader, but that was just something. I don't know, I still don't know what the hell he hit me with. Should I go for the Black Knight, kill him? Why though? Just souls. You know what? He's easy enough. And watch me just get absolutely annihilated. Gonna Metal Gear Solid this bitch up. Speaking of, oh, that deals a lot of damage. Speaking of Metal Gear Solid, because I'm reminded, every once in a while I stumble upon PT videos on YouTube, and I swear, Every time I do, my day is ruined for a couple of hours because Silent Hills, probably one of the biggest video game crimes committed over the last... Motherfucker, I really thought that heal would work. I honestly, like, I thought my calculations were correct. Apparently not. I am sucking ass today. Probably, I don't know if it has to do with the cold, but I feel like I have, you know, I've taken a debuff. -5 Dark Souls skills, you know. Next, something to cure me. Divine Blessing, you know, or something. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Silent Hills, yeah. So sometimes again I stumble upon PT and I get pissed. And then I think about Silent Hills and the potential and I get even more pissed. And then I hear that Junji Ito was supposed to be working on it. I get even more pissed. And yeah, it's just not good. Not a good look. And again, straight up video game murder when you think about it. And I don't get why. Like, I think somebody said perfectly. Oh motherfucker, where did you come from? In one of the trailers or something. That Konami was pretty much like, hey, we have this golden goose that just keeps shitting out golden eggs for us, i.e. Kojima. You know what? Let's kill him. Or let's throw him out. And just, why? Like, I don't get... Oh, I got the sword, nice. I don't get the logic, but whatever. The past is the past. We'll get Death Stranding instead. Sometime. There's still like no release date on that thing, right? Nothing announced. I mean, it's gotta come out soon. Because, you know, I don't know if you've seen the news, but basically Sony was talking about how the PS4 is coming up to the end of its lifespan. Which is kind of weird because it doesn't feel like it's been that long since the PS4 has been out, but when you think about it, 5 years? I don't know, PS4 came out in 2014 or 2013, I don't remember. But whatever. So yeah, like Death Stranding can't be that far off if it's, you know, if the consoles are really coming up to the end of their lifespan. Which when you think about it, yeah, you probably don't want Death Stranding to come out in when there's already hype building for the new consoles. So look at the damage. I think probably at most it'll come out either at the end of this year, like late November, December or something, or it's gonna come out early next year, like March or something, which I am hyped for that game. I still don't exactly know what it's about, and it doesn't look nowhere near as good as Silent Hills, but you know, we'll take what we can get. It looks interesting, you know. If nothing else with Kojima, you can always count on his games being different. So yeah. But man, Silent Hills, fuck. The problem is, like, well, you know, they say that if nothing else, it at least contributed to the return of the Resident Evil series. Because, don't even tell me, I know some people say that Resident Evil 7 was already in development when PT came out, but, you know, don't tell me there wasn't, like, at least a tiny bit of influence lifted. And, you know, Resident Evil 7 is fucking good. So, if nothing else, it helped that. So this is going to be the absolute bro for this playthrough. The Covenant of Sunlight. Essentially, the kind of gimmick, or Warriors of Sunlight. Kind of the gimmick with this Covenant. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Please tell me he asks it again. Okay, good. So as I was saying, the Warriors of Sunlight, they have like an insanely high faith requirement to join. However, the little trick is that by PvPing or like co-oping as a Sombro, it is reduced. Or not even as a Sombro. Every time you PvP, you help someone out, the faith requirement drops by 5. The question is, does that count if you summon Solaire as well? I'll have to like kind of read up the exact details, but it's something like that. So anyways, took a bit more time than I intended to, but I've managed to come full circle. I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping up this episode here, because I really am losing my voice, and shout out to me almost falling off in that little hole. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna wrap up episode 1. Sorry that this has been a shaky start. Hopefully things will pick up as we go on. For now, thank you very much for watching. What the fuck is up with the gesture menu? Hello? Man, I'm gonna chuck this controller out the window, I swear. I really can't activate it. Cool. Well, we're not getting a gesture, I guess. It all seems to like... Cause what the hell is going... This is supposed... Okay. You know what? We're not getting a gesture. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see all of you next time. This is what you'll get. Goodbye.